All right, hello, good morning. It's been a few days, maybe a week, since I've done a video on my Diecast, and today's Easter morning, so I hope you guys are going to have a great Easter today on Sunday morning. I'm working this 2020 Ricky Stenhouse Kroger car. And, of course, he's got some Velveeta or other sponsors like Velveeta, Cheerios, Tide on the side. And so this is kind of like a two-tone blue with this transition into this white back here. It's not like a clean white. It actually looks like a really dirty white for some reason, the way the decals are. But I had pre-painted this area white back here. And just want to show you just some of the difficulties in making this scheme. It's kind of an interesting scheme, but the difficulty is in this these rear fenders. You can see, where's my tweezers here? See how this bumps out here from here out? It doesn't come straight down, and so the decal has to be worked. And I tried to bring it up as much as I could here. You can see there's a little bit of the white in the background that's exposed. But yeah, this was a pain. I was working this yesterday and trying to get this to line up here. It's not too bad back here. But yeah, let me show you. So the back looks pretty good. This trunk piece needs to be trimmed pretty significantly to fit in there. So I want to work this side here. I've already got this stuff in the water. Trim this out as best as I could. It's all really one piece. I could probably cut here, but I don't want to really separate it out. It's not really necessary either. And I just want to kind of line this up because inevitably I have to trim back here where this little piece is here. Right above this tail or side light, there's a little black mark there. I need to trim it so this decal doesn't go over top of the spoiler. So kind of line this up here. Okay, so it's not really going to touch the spoiler much, just a little cut there to get that off here. Okay. All right. So that's that. Hope you guys are doing well. I will show you here in a minute some of the other things that I've got going. Not a significant progress this week. To be honest, I took a few days off of work. My wife and I celebrated our 25th wedding anniversary, if you believe that. 25 years. And so I was preoccupied as we did some things around town here in the local area, and I've been doing some other videos related to some Bible reading out of the Book of John in preparation for Easter. So yeah, I haven't been spending a whole bunch of time on Diecast of late, but that'll change this week as I get back to some normality. Let me been burning these candles. I like the smell. My daughter hooked me on them when she gave me a few that she didn't want anymore, and so I've been burning some just to have some, I don't know, some nice smell down here. It's kind of neat too. So I've got these done. This is a 2019 Ryan Blaney. I think this is where he drove with the Charlotte Roval, won the race in the playoffs. Round of 16. You can see the 16 there. This is done. I'm just putting coats of sealer on it. You can see the I like the little added windshield wiper. That's pretty rare for people to add that level of detail on a car. So got that. But yeah, that's just getting sealed up. And then here's this other Dent Wizard that I think is done. I don't think I need another coat of sealer on this thing. I think this thing is done. So let's see. Does that go into this box? No, not that one. It goes into this one, I guess. Yeah. So just a word about a couple things. So I've had a couple people haven't responded to me yet that had asked for customs, and they haven't gotten back to me yet. So here's my policy. If you ask for a custom and I make it, and then I don't hear from you for like 3 weeks, I'm going to try to reach out to you for about 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks, depends on how I feel. If you don't respond within that, 3 to 4 week period, then that has passed, and I will put the car up on eBay for anybody to buy, and I won't be making any customs for you anytime soon. Let's just put it that way. Because I have a few people right now that have asked for cars, but haven't responded to me when I said, hey, they're done. And they're just crickets. So, it's fine. I mean, at the end of the day, I sell cars, and the cars will sell. But still, if you don't mind, if you're going to ask for a car, please follow through. If you don't follow through, then if you ask again, it's unlikely that I'm going to make those cars for you. And actually, what I would probably do is say, okay, you need to pay up front, and then when I'm done, I'll send you the car. So yeah, so that's just it's happened before. It's not rare, but that is what has taken place here the last couple weeks. So, all right. So let's see. Let me show you the status of this silver trump car. So I got this all together. It's all silver in there and black. All silver under there. Rims are silver and black. It's all, like an Oakland Raiders car, so to say. Here's the results of the metallic paint. I'm not really 100% happy with it. Actually, I'm probably not 75% happy with it. But it is what it is. You can see like a little blistering around the fender here, a little bit up there. You can see a little, I don't know what it is, oxidation that's there on the back. You can see a little bit on the spoiler here. Roof's not too bad. Not too bad. Back is okay. It's got a little unevenness here. This side's not as good. You can see this back corner is not that great. There'll be some decals, that cover that up, right? So that your vote counts area will cover that up, thankfully. There's a little bit of here, this unevenness, little pitting, so to say. But, yeah. So anyways, that's where that is. I just glued these interior plastic pieces to put this back together. So that's why it's sitting here upside down. Once that dries, maybe later today I'll get some, probably tomorrow. Today's Easter. Probably tomorrow I'll put some JB Weld and put that back together. A couple Thank a Teacher, Landon Castle cars to do. There's the Fastenal cars for Mr. DF. And then here's the Danica Patrick 2014 lottery cars. One is a Spin Master car here. And I just, so this is a two-tone, well, not really two-tone. It's a sublime green paint, and I just didn't paint the whole car. I just kind of painted the sides, In the back, you can see the front's not really painted. There's a little bit of overspray on it, but this car gets all orange and pink in those areas. There's no green in this front and on this roof here. So it's just this back and the sides here in the trunk that get this GoDaddy green. So that's why it looks like that. And so yeah, I just glued this back together, glued this here. Same thing on this one. This actually taped off. And you can see the white primer there, and then the sublime green along the side. What I did on this one, I pre-painted around, fuzzy here. I pre-painted around this these windows here with the black, around here with black. This back is black here. And the reason I did that is because I don't want it to be white if there's anything that shows through, and I don't want it to be green if there's anything that shows through. And I'll just grab this here. So if by chance there's a little, see this orange goes all the way around the window here. If by chance the decal doesn't quite come up into that area, I'd rather have it be black as opposed to white or green, and then the orange. So if the orange decal shows up short, it'll look like that. So, yeah. And I did the same thing here on the front of this roof. I just painted it black there. So if this decal isn't quite all the way up there, and the black on the back here, of course, then we'll just have a little coverage there just in case it's short. So that's why I did that. That's why it looks like that. So yeah, again, these will probably get the JB weld. I'll probably do that tomorrow. I'm probably not going to do a whole lot more today. It's morning on Easter Sunday, so yeah, going to work a little bit of this car and then get myself ready for church. Alrighty. This sitting in here. Looks pretty good. It's just weird, just looking at this Kroger. This loop here and this loop here. I don't know how they decide on their their logos and the design of their logos. Who makes that decision? Some board of directors or whatever, but it's kind of weird. Yeah, I was thinking this week there was some discussion about, I had made the comment about, buying Pato's decals, and then sharing that I had an issue one time with the Oldsmobile GM dealer here locally, and just talking about okay, I'm never going to buy another GM product, and I haven't. So he said, well, you're You basically did, because you're working this Chevy, right? The Chevy Camaro diecast. That's true. That's true. There's a lot of discussion in some circles about products from China, and it is interesting. I think the Chinese communist government, obviously they control their country, they control their businesses, if you want to call them businesses. But all these cars come from China, and they, unfortunately, the Communist Party there in China oppresses people. They are dealing harshly with a number of different groups. It's odd that here I'm a Christian, but they are going hard after some of the what they call the Uyghur Muslims there in China, and indoctrinating them, and there's a lot of atrocities that are happening. Basically, there's no freedom. There's no freedom of religion. There's no freedom. They oppress their people. They are oppressing those there in Hong Kong and Taiwan. But they have super low labor rates. And that's why these companies like Lionel and many other companies get their stuff manufactured in China. They can do it so super cheap, and it's been outsourced. Lionel had their trains and everything. I think they had a factory up in Michigan. They shut that down because they're like, hey, we got to get them cheaper, and we're going to get them from China in order to compete, right? I don't know. Something's going to give here at some point, because China is not our friend. They are our enemy. I work for the DoD. Sure, there's North Korea, Iran, Russia, but China is the one that is really at the forefront of our attacks and things like that. They're behind many of the cyber attacks and things that happen. They are not our friend whatsoever. Yet we have so many businesses that do business with them as a country. So it's very interesting. It's the almighty dollar that is, that drives Lionel to have their cars produced in China. And so I would love to boycott things from China. I would love to, but I really can't, in everything, right? I mean, if I see the different options in front of me, and one's made in America, but it's twice the cost. It comes down to that almighty dollar in many cases. So, and having good options, viable options. Would I pay more for it made in America? Yes, I would. But would I pay double? Ooh. $1, $2, no big deal. But if it's $50 versus $100, wow, that's hard. That's hard. Anyways, it's interesting that, and I was watching something the other day. General Motors has moved, not all, but some of their manufacturing. They're having some vehicles manufactured in China, and now they're having them shipped over here and being sold in America. What the heck? And this is a company that our United States government bailed out with billions of dollars. It just, I don't know. I'm not a GM fan. I don't know if I'll ever be a General Motors fan anymore. I think back in the day, obviously they were great, American company, but with so much of their business overseas and it's just going to grow, I don't know if I can throw myself behind them. So, and they're going to have the Olympics there they're talking about. That'll be interesting. Do we really want to participate with the Olympics being in a foreign, not necessarily foreign, but a communist country? I don't know. I don't know about that. That oppresses its people, oppresses freedom of thought and religion and belief. China is not our friend. They're not even our competitor. They are our enemy. They do not like us. They want to bring us down as the world leader. So, anyways, I say all that because, it really comes down, boycotting and things like that, it really comes down to options, finances, and ultimately, knowledge. Do you really even know where stuff is being made? And, and then of course, just your convictions, how deep are they? I'm a Ford guy, and even Ford, has stuff obviously made out of the country and import stuff. And I don't always 100% agree with all of their corporate decisions, so to say. But at the end of the day, it's an American company. And sure, they have stuff made in Mexico, made in Canada. Love to have them build build stuff here in America, only. But yeah, they look at their almighty dollar, and they've got to consider that. So it'd be nice if America, our government, would have policies that would encourage businesses to have things made here. And that's why, it's not the only reason, but that was why I was a supporter of Trump. I think that his policies of trying to crack down on the deals with China and our trade deals, that would, ultimately it's going to raise our costs, but it's going to encourage businesses to have things built here in America and help American jobs, and also deal with China's, how they manipulate their currency. I mean, it's all crazy, in benefit of them, in order to, devalue the American dollar and really replace us as the world leader. And do we really want a country that oppresses its people, oppresses freedom of religion and freedom of thought? There is none of that there. Devalues human life. Do we really want that type of country, that type of philosophy of government and society on the world stage? I don't think so. So anyways, kind of rambling on about some things that are way beyond my ability to change. But I try to buy things made in America, and unfortunately Lionel makes their stuff in China, or has their stuff made in China. You can see what a pain this corner is of this car here as I'm doing this. Got some microsole on it, trying to get it to conform, to stick to the body, and then of course get the wrinkles out as best as I can. I've got a friend, I won't say any names, just say a friend, from Vietnam. And his father, by the North Vietnamese, his father was taken. It's communist, organization, communist country, as China was trying to expand communism, we were fighting back, of course, in Vietnam War and Korean War and all that after World War II. But his father was just taken. They just came and they grabbed him. And they didn't know what happened to him. And then one day, months later, he gets dropped off. And it wasn't too much longer that they got the heck out of there. Just basic human rights violated because that he was suspected of being a rebel against the government. There was no trial, no anything like that. He was just taken, interrogated, and that's what happens in these authoritarian countries. We in America, growing up in America, we're coddled. We're blessed, and by and large, we're ignorant of the struggles that happen in other societies. And whether it's communist Cuba, my friend is from Vietnam, but very, very sad, and that's why people want to come to America, because we're free, the land of the free, and I hope it stays that way. I really hope it stays that way. All right, so a lot of work still needed here. You can see these ridges. Whenever you use the microsole, it really softens it up, and so you've got work to do to get it to conform. I get my brush wet and trying to get these things out, before it dries, of course. So, but yeah, this car's a pain. I'll be working this for a little bit longer here, even after this video ends. Let's get these on here. Ricky Stenhouse, he came in second in that dirt race at Bristol. What a great job. People were saying that he was kind of a sleeper. He had some dirt experience and just needed to stay out of trouble, and he had a great race, come in second for a mid-level team, JTG Doherty. Yeah, good for them. Come on. All right, let's keep working this here and get some water on my brush. It just takes time. I mean, these little wrinkles will come out, but it just takes time, patience, to get it to conform and get all these little air bubbles out. To lay flat. Hope you guys have a great Easter. I'll be getting into more of these diecasts here this week, so look for some more videos here later this week. God bless you.